stay with
And
her.
I think you said earlier that you were so angry at Shanann or whatever that you were gonna, anyone in your path of destruction or whatever was gonna get it. Basically, kind of is what kind of made it sound like. I'm not saying that exactly right, but why were you so angry at Shanann?
I don't know if it was just because of separating me and my family, pretty much. Because, it happened at the wedding. Like, that's the reason they didn't come to the wedding. I blew up at my family to a point where I said some horrible things to them back in 2012 that I'll, pretty much told my family that, I don't need them anymore. I said, I cussed my mom out. I did all this kind of stuff. I never thought, and I don't know if it was just like Shanann coaching me on to do it, or if it was just like rage that was like I'd never seen before. And then I don't know if it was just everything that happened in July, but I can't see my kids. I'm not sure if they're ever going to go see them again. I don't know. And it was just like, I don't know if that had something to do with it, that something inside of me just triggered it, and it just like all that pent up from the wedding and everything, just like, it's like a long fuse that finally just went to its end.
What happened in 2012?
There was my mom and Shanann, just like from when I proposed to her, it was at the beach, and from then on, it was just like, she always went up to Shanann, like, I didn't need a ring like that when I was your age. I didn't need all these fancy things when I was your age. Just kind of kept boiling over, and we never agreed on anything. It was just like, we didn't really need their help to do anything. We just like, we'll just pay for it ourselves and all that kind of stuff. And, it was just back and forth. And I think maybe mom just never thought she was good enough. She always thought she was hiding something from me.
She always thought Shanann was hiding something? Like what?
Stuff from her past, or like,
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
There's some conflict at a barbecue, and all the families got together. And the first, maybe a barbecue that Shanann put together for everybody to meet each other. Two families, did you call that? Like when you first started dating.
Oh. I remember we did have something like that, but I didn't remember like any kind of arguments at things like that. I know like when I proposed to her, Shanann had her family come down to the beach too. They stayed at a separate house. But as far as like a barbecue or anything, I don't remember one that was like that.
Way before then.
Yeah. I remember the time when I asked Frank to. It was okay if I had asked Shanann to marry her. Remember that? We'll get together. I don't think.
So then what was the bulk of the wedding about?
It was just my mom and pretty much my sister just didn't like her.
Oh.
They just thought, that Shanann had taken me away from them and moved me out to Colorado.
Oh.
Because we were in Colorado when we flew back to get married.
Oh, okay.
Because we went to Colorado for Thanksgiving to visit some friends, and we decided to move out there like a couple months later. Okay. So that was like April. I moved out there April 2012. We got married in November 2012 in North Carolina. So they always thought I was just taking. And she took me away out there.
Was there something with invitations or something? Your sister was supposed to send invitations.
Yeah, there was. Okay, now you're bringing some memories back. There's something to do with that, and then my sister wanted, her kids. My sister wanted her kids as like the ring bearer and like something else, ring bearer and flower girl. And then Shanann told her no, either Shanann told her no or Jamie backed out because of something else, and then it just all blew up.
Is that pretty close to the wedding?
Yes. Yeah, within a couple weeks.
Did they go to the wedding, your family?
My grandma did.
So your parents and your sister did not go?
Ronnie wasn't there either?
Nobody was there. My grandma was there, and then like the dance when like, you know, the groom danced with his mom, like, I would dance with Mark's mom and my grandmother.
It's sad, isn't it? I mean, it all comes from a place of love, you know, them loving you and not wanting to get stolen. And
It was a great day. I mean, everybody was really happy. I mean, it's always just ringing in the back of my head. They were never there. And every time they look at pictures, it's just like, oh, where's not there? Never knew if they actually were going to come anyways. But as far as like, you know, sometimes they'll just like, oh, we're just going to go, or just to be there. But they never knew if that was the case.
so then when Tammy was asking, why were you so mad at Shanann? It was part of it, just this whole family strife.
It's the only thing I can think of right now, because I mean, there's no other reason really to be mad at her. We took care of each other our whole last 4 years. It was just like a good relationship. I mean, it's just like, if I never met Nikki, would I ever have, you know, thought our relationship was bad? I would not. That's one thing I always thought about. Like, even Nikki asked me, like, you know, she said, I don't want you to leave your wife just because of me. I'm just like, what do you mean? She said, well, just if you met me, like, would you have known? I'm like, oh. I never thought I would have strayed away from her at all. Like, I've never followed, like, tried to follow anybody, you know?
Right.